The following segment is sponsored by North Star Financial and Retirement Planning.
When it comes to preparing for retirement, understanding your taxes is critical. So what moves should you be considering in a down market? Joining us now are George Fossing and Zach Jenkins. They're part of the team at North Star Financial and Retirement Planning, a local area firm that focuses on preparing people for a successful retirement. And they are joining us right now in the studio. Good morning to you both.
Good morning, Margaret.
Good morning.
It is hard to pinpoint exactly what will happen in terms of taxes in this country, but the speculation is we're looking at an increase, right?
Yeah, we just passed $30 trillion in debt. And you know who's going to pay the bill? Middle class, right? The folks without don't have to worry about it. They don't have the money. And the richy rich have a lobbying effort that's second to none. So we're the ones holding the bag. So what that really means to folks out there is you need to be prepared for this. Taxes are going up. If nothing has changed right now, tax brackets will be excelling. They're going back to the old days. In 2026, we've got a couple years to do something about this right now.
All right. Well, from your experience then, should those approaching retirement consider a Roth conversion in a down market, or what do you say about that?
Well, a Roth conversion, first off, is basically taking your IRA and 401k, paying taxes on it, some right now, which makes sense. That's where we help people to show them how much. Take it, pay taxes on it. Doesn't sound like fun, does it?
No.
But sooner or later, you have to pay the tax man. And then you go ahead and move it over to another type of IRA. It's called a Roth IRA, where it's never going to be taxed again. Not only what you put in there, but all the growth. It makes a lot of sense for folks out there. People need to be aware of this. We're kind of the messengers out there.
Yeah, and you can talk them through these options so they
Yes.
understand. And big picture in this market, what moves can we make now to potentially lessen our tax impact in retirement? Paying taxes early?
Yeah, just to reiterate a lot of what George just said, I mean, it's rarely a bad thing to be ahead of the tax man. You know, at some point you are going to have to pay taxes, and we think that it's a good decision in any market to assess that situation on whether you should be doing tax planning, whether markets are up or down. Rarely is it a bad thing to be ahead of it, especially if you think taxes are going to go up, which we do, and our clients believe that. Get ahead of that.
Yeah. And a lot of people are under the impression that their taxes would be the same if they pay them now or later, but that's not the case.
Well, a lot of people come in there and they say, you know, going to retire. I don't want to make less money coming in retirement than I was when I was working. Fair enough, right? You're used to a certain lifestyle. You want to maintain that, so you're not going to have a reduction. Your Social Security can be taxed. Your pension, if you have lucky enough to have a pension, will be taxed. So there's an opportunity for folks out there to really say, hey, will it matter to me? And having more money in your pocket, less than Uncle Sam's, all day long.
This is a strategy worth looking at and learning about. For people who are hesitant to make any moves when it comes to taxes, what do you say to them? Any last thoughts before we go?
Well, usually if you're hesitant about something, maybe you're a little nervous about it, you don't know if it would really apply to you, maybe you just want to avoid the tax conversation altogether because it's not fun to talk about. George said it's never fun to pay taxes, and it's not, but there's a smart way to go about it, and if you do some planning, you can keep a lot more of what you've worked hard for.
The government's got their own plan. You folks out there that are a little bit older, age 72 is the magic number where the government starts, their plan is invoked, saying you need to take this amount out, like it or not, or there's going to be a 50% penalty on top of what you owe. It's huge. People don't wait for that to happen. You can control this. If you're not familiar with this, we really want to get the word out to the community. Take the time and learn. You've worked hard for your money.
Absolutely.
And you need to keep it.
Think of it like that. This is kind of a good one, Margaret. Let's say that you could save somewhere between $4,000 or $5,000 a year during retirement in just taxes. That's $4,000 a year you get to keep that Uncle Sam doesn't get. That's a nice vacation for a lot of people. Would you rather give it to Uncle Sam so he can take another vacation?
Absolutely
no, you keep
not.
that money.
Yeah, you've got kids. You know, you go to Disney for a day for $4,000.
You're probably not too far off. But either way, these are conversations people shouldn't be intimidated to have, and you make it easy to talk about it so people can get a hold of you and do that. All right, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
we appreciate it. And for those of you at home, if you are currently retired or getting close to retirement and would like to learn more about how you could potentially reduce your future taxes as well as protect and grow your hard-earned savings and investments, North Star Financial has a great offer for you. Right now until April 17th, they're offering a complimentary, no-obligation investment portfolio and tax planning review. This will allow their team to schedule a phone call, video call, or future in-office meetings so they can speak with you personally and provide you with a roadmap going forward. The number to call now, area code 864-309-8146.